So today we'll be drawing Wednesday Addams in Procreate. I'm going to start off with a pretty big size document, probably around the size of your iPad screen. And then we want to select a nice pale skin tone. We're going to start with your skin first. So let's see how pale we can make it. That's looking really good. And we're going to switch to the technical pen. This is going to be a chibi, so we're going to start with the head, but it's getting pretty big, decent sized head. Right around the middle page. So let's see if we can get a nice rounded shape, and let's fill it in. Make sure all the gaps are closed before you use the fill in tool. Right there. Let's try that again. Fill it in. Cover the areas that aren't filled in. Oops. I'm going to increase my eraser to remove that. So once the head is done, let's add a new layer, and this is going to be for our hair. I'm going to go for a dark color, not all the way black, possibly a little bit more towards the bluish side to make it gray. And let's start off with the bangs. We'll go to the left side. Draw in this shape for the bangs on one side. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. Looking good. And then she has a little bit of split in her bangs, so let's add those in. Just for some variety. It's going to be the top of the hair. And I want to add ears, but I want to add it behind the head. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to add a layer behind. Add in 2 ears. Fill those in. This will allow us to add hair above. So we're going to go on the head layer, add another layer. Select the hair color into the pen, and we're going to draw the pigtails down. Pigtails we can keep very simple, just so we can have the chibi looking good. So let's just draw in circles. And on the last circle, draw a little tip. And let's just fill these in for our pigtails. That's looking really good. Let's duplicate this. To duplicate, we're going to slide the layer, duplicate, and it's going to add another layer around the same name. We're going to use the move tool. We're going to flip horizontal and move it over, and we could duplicate the pigtails. Super easy and quick. And let's merge the 2 layers so both pigtails are on the same layer. And I notice we have it in front of the ears. We're going to move it behind everything. So we're going to select layer 4, move it behind the ears. So our pigtails are in the back of our head, not in front. Once you're good with the pigtails, let's work on the face a little. We're going to our face layer, add another layer. Let's go with a white color first. Actually, let's do a black color first so we can draw in our eye shape. Since Wednesday has a little attitude, we could go with a line just to make it look closer to our attitude. And a line on the bottom. And then let's do 3 lines for our lashes. And let's do 3 lines for our top lashes. Let's move this over a little. Just a little. And a layer below, add white. Now let's fill in the eye with white. and see how that looks. It's looking good. Go back to the black layer. Let's add a layer on top of the white. Let's draw in her pupils. Go to a little bit smaller brush so we can get a better shape. Hold it for a little bit, fill it in. That's looking cute. I want to add one little detail to this before we move forward. Add in a white dot, like so. And the eye is complete, so we can merge everything. So from layer 5 to 6, so it's going to be the eyeliner, the eye, and the whites merge. So we can slide over, duplicate, move tool, flip, and move over for her other eye. She's looking a little droopy, so we're going to rotate the eyes so they're a little bit more straight on this eye and this eye. Looking good. Let's merge those eye layers. Let's go back to the black pen, add another layer. Let's add in her eyebrows. Just going to be one line, two line, very simple. And then for her mouth, let's go ahead and create a new layer. Let's do a little bit of pink. Let's try out simple lip design. We want to keep it very minimal. So, it's looking good. Let's erase a little bit of this corner. And that's going to be her mouth. I want to add some shading to everything before we move over to the body. So we're going to just go to Alpha Lock on everything. To Alpha Lock, you just double tap the layer, select Alpha Lock. This allows us to use our airbrush now without going outside the lines. So we're going to select the pigtail layer, select the color, go darker. Make sure our brush size is not too big or too small, maybe around this size. And let's shade in some hair. Give it a little bit of depth, like so. Let's go really dark to add in the shadowing effect. Here. Let's do the same thing on the top. We're going to go for a darker color. Find the hair on top and double check that it has Alpha Lock on. It didn't, so add that. Now we can shade in the hair. Let's go a little darker. Get a really nice color. And the hair is missing a little bit of highlight, so let's add a new layer and make sure to go to clipping mask so we don't go outside of this layer for the hair. And we're going to use this selection tool, go to freehand, and we're going to just do zigzags, like so. Zigzag shapes, and connect. Go on the other side, zigzag shapes. Connect. Go back to the airbrush tool, maybe a little bit lighter color, a little bit bigger, and wash in some nice highlights for her hair. Once we're done with the hair highlights, let's add some shading to her skin. Her skin is pale, but we want to add a little bit of depth. Go a little bit darker, just enough. Her some dimension. possibly a little bit of pink blush. Let's go a little bit lighter pink on her cheeks, just slightly, not too much. Same thing for the ears. This dark color. And some lighting. Just a tad bit darker. For some separation. That's looking very good. We have this little error right here. To fix this, we're going to remove the alpha lock, left the same color, so we fill it in, and let's turn on alpha lock again. And then her eyes could use a little bit more depth. So alpha lock is on, but we only want to paint on the white, so we're going to use the selection tool, automatic, select only the whites, paint, add a grayish blue. Let's see if we can wash in some shadow. Nice. Good. And with her head done, let's move over to her body. Since this is a chibi, we can keep it pretty simple. Let's do a layer below everything. And let's start off with some shapes for her body. Going back to the pen tool and the inking tab, we can start off with a simple body shape. So let's fill that in. Let's add another layer below for her skirt. Let's see if we can move this. Layer right below her skirt. Oops, forgot to connect the top. And one more layer for her legs. Make sure it's below everything. Just give her nice, simple, chibi legs. A little bit of a boot. See how this looks when it's filled in. Let's clean up the leg shape just a little bit more. The skirt, we do a little bit of clean up also over the skirt. And going back to the shirt layer, we need the arms. So let's add in some arms, sleeves, either side. Add in the arms, and a final layer in between the skirt and the arms. Let's add in some simple, almost like Animal Crossing style hands. With the same skin tone. So I'll follow up everything. So we can start coloring everything. The shirt needs a little bit more detail, but we'll do that right after we do some designing. So for the shirt, we can leave it black. We're going to add another layer, clipping mask. Select a maybe a little bit thicker pen. This looks great. Let's go for a nice grayish color roll it to the blue. That looks great. This is where we can add in our stripes. Make sure this is clipped, locked. And we need to add in the stripes of our outfit, just enough to show up, but it doesn't have to be super contrasty. So follow along with the shape of the shirt. Add in our stripes for that. And our stripes for the arms. Move over to the skirt. New layer. Clipping mask on the skirt. Let's delete this real quick. Go to the skirt layer. New layer. Clipping mask. And same, but it's thinner this time. And then for the boots, it's pretty much all black. It's really hard to go a little bit detailed, so we can actually just draw in maybe nice little shoelaces to indicate that there's boots. Keeping it simple. And mentioning the shirt earlier, we need to add some extra details on top. We need a little collar and her white shirt on top. So let's add a new layer on top of everything on the shirt. Go back to our technical pen, black, and look carefully draw in 2 collar shapes. Fill it in with black. Make sure the collar is fully connected. Black. And then a new layer with white. Like so. And then she does have this Nevermore badge. You can add that right on the side of the end. And using the same black layer that we added with the color, just fill that in. I want to add in the stripes for this collar, so clipping mask, select the same color, and using the brush we used earlier, I believe it was dry ink, let's add in the stripes for the collar. And on the white layer, we just need to do a clipping mask and draw a simple black bow tie. Like so. Finally, we need some shading on the arms. Selecting the darker color we used for the head. Airbrush. I'm assuming we alpha locked it. Perfect. We just need to shade our little nub. And let's use our smudging brush on the face to fix up that blemish we had earlier. Finally, some shading on her mouth. Just to add more depth. Looking super cute. There you have it. A chibi Wednesday in Procreate. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.